everyone. Today we are going to start with the chapter Animal Kingdom of class 11th biology. So let's start without any delay. When you look around, you will observe different animals with different structures and form, as over 1 million species of animals have been described till now, and the need for classification becomes all the more important. The classification also helps in assigning a systematic position to a newly described species. Basis of classification. In spite of differences in structure and form of different animals, there are fundamental features common to various individuals in relation to the arrangement of cells, body symmetry, nature of coelom, patterns of digestive, circulatory, or reproductive system. These features are used as the basis of animal classification, and some of them are discussed here. Levels of organization. All members of Animalia are multicellular. PYQ is based on this is asked. So all members of Animalia, they are multicellular. All of them do not exhibit the same pattern of organization of cells. For example, in sponges, the cells are arranged as loose aggregates, that is, they exhibit cellular level of organization. Some division of labor occurs among the cells. In coelenterate, the arrangement of cells is more complex. Here, the cells performing the same function are arranged into tissues. Hence, is called tissue level of organization. A still higher level of organization, that is, the organ level, is exhibited by members of Platyhelminthes and other higher phyla, where tissues are grouped together to form organs, each specialized for a particular function. And in animals like annelids, arthropod, mollusks. In animals like annelids, arthropod, mollusks, echinoderms, and chordates, organs have associated to form functional system, each system concerned with a specific physiological function. This pattern is called organ system level of organization. Organ systems in different groups of animals exhibit various patterns of complexities. For example, the digestive system in Platyhelminthes has only a single opening to the outside of the body that serves as both mouth and anus and is called incomplete. That is blind sac arrangement. A complete digestive system has two openings, mouth and anus, that is cylindrical. Similarly, the circulatory system may be of open type, in which blood is pumped out of the heart and the cells and tissues are directly bathed in it, and the closed type, in which blood is circulated through a series of vessels of varying diameters, that is arteries, veins, and capillaries. Symmetry. Animals can be categorized on the basis of the symmetry. Sponges are mostly asymmetrical. Any plane that passes through the center does not divide them into two equal halves. When any plane passing through the central axis of body divides the organism into two identical halves, it is called radial symmetry, as seen in coelentrates like this. This is bilateral symmetry. This is this is radial symmetry. Coelentrates, ctenophores, and echinoderms have this kind of body plan. Animals like annelids, arthropod, etc., where the body can be divided into identical left and right halves in only one plane, they exhibit bilateral symmetry. And diploblastic and triploblastic organization. Animals in which the cells are arranged into two embryonic layers, an external ectoderm and an internal mesoderm, they are diploblastic animals. Example, coelentrates. An undifferentiated layer, mesoglia, is present in between the ectoderm and endoderm. Yes, this is mesoderm, this is mesoglia, which is a gel-like substance. Okay, next is, and these animals in which developing embryo has a third germinal layer, mesoderm, in between ectoderm and endo, they are called triploblastic. Platyhelminthes to chordate. Coelom. Presence or absence of a cavity between the body wall and the gut wall is very important. Body wall and the gut wall. The body cavity which is lined by mesoderm is the coelom. Animals possessing coelom are coelomates. Example, annelid, mollusks, arthropods, echinoderms, hemichordates, and chordates. In some animals, the body cavity is not lined by mesoderm. Instead, mesoderm is present as scattered pouches in between the ecto and endo. Such body cavity is pseudocoelom, and the animals possessing it are pseudocoelomates. Example is Ascalmanthus. The animals in which body cavity is absent are acoelomate. Example, platyhelminthes. Segmentation. In some animals, the body is externally and internally divided into segments with a serial separation of at least some organs. For example, an earthworm. The body shows this pattern and metameric segmentation, and this phenomenon is known as metamerism. Metamerism. Notochord. Notochord is mesodermally derived rod-like structure formed on the dorsal side during embryonic development. Some animals with the notochord are called chordate, and those animals which do not form this structure, they are non-chordates. Example is Porifera to echinoderms. Classification on animals. The broad classification of Animalia based on common fundamental features as mentioned in the preceding sections. Animalia, cellular level of organization, tissue, organ system, mostly asymmetrical, acoelomate. Porifera, radial, acoelomate, coelenterate, and ctenophores. Bilateral, without body cavity, that is acoelomate, that is platyhelminthes, and with false coelom, they are esculmenthes, very important. With true coelom, they are Annelida to chordate. Yes. Now phylum Porifera. Members of the phylum are commonly known as sponges. They are generally marine and mostly asymmetrical animals. These are primitive multicellular animals, have cellular level of organization. Sponges have a water transport or canal system. Water enters through minute pores, ostia, into central cavity spongocoel, from where it goes out through osculum. Ostia, spongocoel, osculum. This pathway of transport is very helpful in food gathering, respiratory exchange, and removal of waste. Conocytes or collar cells line the spongocoel and the canals. Digestion is intracellular. The body is supported by a skeleton made up of spicules or spongin fibers. Sexes are not separate. Hermaphrodite, that is, eggs and sperms are produced by the same individual. Sponges reproduce asexually by fragmentation and sexually by formation of gametes. Fertilization is internal. Development is indirect, having a larval stage which is morphological distinct from adult. Examples, very important examples. Cycon. Wait for a minute. Examples are, what is this happening? Wait guys, wait. Yes, examples are Cycon, Scyphia, Spongilla, freshwater. Spongilla, freshwater is very much important. And then comes Euspongia, which is a bath sponge. Okay? Now, Cycon is, this is Spongilla, freshwater fungi, very important. Euspongia is bath sponge. Phylum Coelentrates. They are aquatic, mostly marine, sessile or free-living, radially symmetrical. Their name Nedarian is derived from nidoblasts or nidocytes, which contain stinging capsules or nematocytes present on the tentacles and the body. Nidoblast for anchorage, defense, and for capture of prey. Nedarians exhibit tissue level of organization and are diploblastic. They have a central gastrovascular cavity with a single opening mouth on histome. Digestion is both extra and intracellular. Some of the Cnidarian example corals, they have a skeleton composed of calcium carbonate. Cnidarians exhibit two basic body forms called polyps and medusa. The former is a sessile and cylindrical form like Hydra, Adamsia, etc., whereas the later is umbrella shaped and free living like Aurelia or jellyfish. Though Cnidarian, which exist in both the forms, they exhibit alternation of generation, which is called metagenesis. Polyps produce medusa asexually and medusae form polyps sexually. Example, Obelia. Examples are Physalia, Portuguese man of war. Examples are very much important. The dual name character is very important. Adamsia, sea anemone. Penicula, sea pen. Gorgonia, sea pen. Meandrina, brain. Phylum Ctenophora. Ctenophores, commonly known as sea walnuts or comb jellies, are exclusively marine, radial, symmetrical, diploblastic. Tissue level of organization. The body bears 8 external rows of ciliated. What ciliated? Comb plates which help in locomotion. Digestion is both extra and intracellular. Bioluminescence is the property of this this phylum. Is well exhibited in ctenophores. Sexes are not separate. Reproduction is only by sexual means, and fertilization is external with the indirect development. Okay, in Porifera, the fertilization is internal. In coelentrates, there is no mention of fertilization, but in ctenophores, fertilization is external. Example, Brachia and Cineplana. Phylum Platyhelminthes have dorso-ventrally flattened body, hence are called flatworm. These are mostly endoparasites found in animals, including human beings. They are endoparasite. Flatworms are bilateral, symmetrical, triploblastic, and acoelomate animals with organ level of organization. Hooks and suckers are present in the parasitic form. Some of them absorb nutrients from the host directly through their body surface. Specialized cells called flame cells or protonephridia help in osmoregulation and excretion. Sexes are not separate. Fertilization is internal. Development is through many larval stages. Some members like Planaria possess high regeneration capacity. Example, Taenia, tapeworm, Fasciola, liver fluid. Moving ahead, Esculmenthes. The body of the Esculmenthes is circular in cross section, hence the name is roundworm. There may be free living, aquatic, terrestrial, parasitic in plants. Roundworms have organ system level of organization, bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, pseudocoelomates. Very important, pseudocoelomates. Alimentary canal is complete with the well developed muscular pharynx. Excretory tube removes the waste from body cavity through excretory pore. Sexes are separate. Excretion is through rennet cell. And males and females are distinct. Often females are longer than male. Fertilization is internal. The development may be direct or indirect. Example, Ascaris, Wuchereria, falloidal worm, and Xylostomata, hookworm. Annelida, they may be aquatic or terrestrial. Free living, sometimes parasitic. They exhibit organ system level of organization, bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, metamerically segmented, and coelomate animals. The body surface is distinctly marked out into segments or metameres, hence a phylum named Annelida. They possess longitudinal circular muscles which help in locomotion. Aquatic annelids like nereis possess lateral appendages parapodia which helps in swimming. A closed circulatory system is present. Nephridia helps in osmoregulation and excretion. Neural system consists of a paired ganglia connected with the lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. Nereis and aquatic form is dioecious, but earthworm and leeches are monoecious. Leeches have open circulatory system, but all have closed circulatory system except leeches. Example, nereis, paratime, earthworm, Herodonaria, blood-sucking leech. Now moving to phylum Arthropoda. This is the largest phylum of Animalia, which includes insects. Over 2/3 of all named species on Earth are arthro. They have organ system level of organization, bilateral, symmetrical, triploblastic, segmented, coelomate animals. The body is covered by chitinous exoskeleton. The body is divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. They have jointed appendages. Respiratory organs are gills, book lungs, or tracheal system. Circulatory system is of open type. Sensory organs like antennae, eyes, statocyst, or balancing organs are present. Excretion takes place through Malpighian tubules. They are mostly dioecious. Fertilization is usually internal. They are mostly oviparous. Development may be direct or indirect. Examples are very important. Economical important insects: Apis, honeybees, bombyx, silkworm, lacifer, lac insects. Vectors are Anopheles, culex, and Aedes mosquito. Gregarious pests are Locusta, locust. Living fossils are Lemulus, which is king crab. Phylum Mollusca. Second largest phylum, Mollusca, terrestrial or aquatic, having an organ system level of organization, bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, coelomate. Body is covered by calcareous shell and is unsegmented with head, muscular foot, basilar hump. A soft and spongy layer of skin forms a mantle over the basilar hump. The space between the hump and the mantle is called mantle cavity, in which feather-like gills are present. They have respiratory and excretory functions. The anterior head has a sensory tentacle. The mouth has the file-like grasping organ called for feeding, that is called radula. Examples are: they are usually dioecious, oviparous with indirect development. Pila, apple snail, pink tada, pearl oyster, sepia, cuttlefish, loligo, squid, octopus, saddlefish, Aplysia, sea hare, then the Dentalium, tusk shell, and Chaetopleura chitta. Echinoderms, the meta. These animals have endoskeleton of calcareous ossicles and hence named echinoderms. All are marine with organ system level of organization. Adult echinoderms are radially symmetrical, but larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. There are triploblastic, coelomate. Digestive system is complete with the mouth on the lower side and anus on the upper side. Mouth on the lower side, anus on the upper side. The most distinctive feature of echinoderm is water vascular system, which helps in locomotion, capture, transport of food, aspiration. Excretory system is absent. Sexes are separate. Reproduction is sexual. Fertilization is usually external. E for echinoderms, E for external. Development is indirect with free swimming larvae. Examples: Australia, starfish, echinus, sea urchin, antennon, sea lily, cucumaria, sea cucumber, ophira, brittle star. Phylum Hemichordata. Hemichordate was earlier considered as subphylum under phylum Chordata, but now it is placed as a separate phylum under non-chordate. Hemichordates have a rudimentary structures in the collar region called stomochord, a structure similar to notochord. The phylum consists of a small group of worm-like marine animals with organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, and coelomate animals. The body is symmetrical and is composed of anterior proboscis, a collar, and long trunk. Circulatory system is of open type. Respiration takes place through gills. Excretory organ is proboscis gland. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is external again. Development is indirect. Balanoglossus, psychoglossus. Phylum Chordate. Animals belonging to phylum Chordate are fundamentally characterized by presence of a notochord, a dorsal hollow nerve cord, and paired pharyngeal gill slits. Dorsal hollow nerve cord, paired pharyngeal gill slits, bilaterally symmetrical, triplocoelomate, organ system level of organization, possess a post-anal tail, a closed circulatory system. Table 4.1 represents a comparison with saline features. Yes, notochord present, absent. Central nervous system is dorsal, hollow, single. Ventral solid, double. Perforated by gill slits. What? Pharynx. Gill slits are absent. Heart is ventral, heart is dorsal. If present, post-anal tail is present. This is absent in this. Phylum Chordata is divided into three subphyla: Urochordates, or Tunicata, cephalochordate, vertebrate. Subphyla Urochordata and cephalochordata are referred as protochordates and are exclusively marine. Urochordata, notochord is present only in larval tail, while in cephalochordate it extends from head to tail vision and is persistent throughout their life. Example: Urochordata, the Ascadia, Salpa, Doliolum, and cephalochordate, Bronchiostoma, amphibious or lens-slit. The members of subphylum Vertebrata possess notochord during embryonic period. The notochord is replaced by cartilaginous or bony vertebral column in the adult. Thus, all vertebrates are chordates. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Beside the basic chordate character, vertebrates have a ventral muscular heart with 2, 3, 4 chambers, kidneys for excretion, and kidneys for excretion and osmoregulation, and paired appendages which may be fins or limbs. Moving ahead, subphylum vertebra is further divided into Agnatha, Gnathostomata. Now moving to cyclostomata. All living members of this class are ectoparasites on some fishes. They have an elongated body bearing 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits for respiration. Cyclostomes have a sucking and circular mouth without jaws. Their body is devoid of scale and paired fins. Cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous. Circulation is of closed type. Cyclostomes are marine but migrate for spawning to fresh water. After spawning, within a few days they die. Their larvae after metamorphosis return to ocean. Example: Petromycin, lamprey, magazine, hagfish. Chondrich-sized marine animals with streamlined body having cartilaginous endoskeleton. Mouth is located ventrally. Notochord is persistent throughout their life. Gill slits are separate and without operculum. The skin is tough, containing minute placoid scales. These are modified placoid scales which are backwardly directed. Their jaws are very powerful. These animals are predaceous due to the absence of air bladder. They have to constantly swim to avoid sinking. Heart is two-chambered, one auricle, one ventricle. Some of them have electric organs. Example: torpedo. And some possess poisonous sting, gurgle, trigon. Example are cold-blooded poikilothorns animal. They lack the capacity to regulate the body temperature. Sexes are separate. In male pelvic fin bears clasper. They have internal fertilization. Many of them are viviparous. Examples: Colodon, dogfish, pistis, sawfish, carcharodon, great white shark. Trigon is a stingray. Ostrich thighs. It includes both marine and freshwater fishes with bony endoskeleton. The body is streamlined. Mouth is mostly terminal. They have 4 pairs of gills which are covered by operculum on each side. Air bladder is present. Skin is covered by cycloid scales. Heart is two-chambered. They are cold-blooded. Sexes are separated. Fertilization external. They are mostly oviparous. Development is direct. Marine. Examples: marine of exocetus, flying fish, hippocampus, seahorse. Freshwater: labio, rohu, katla, clarius, magur, and aquarium, beta, fighting fish, phylum, angelfish. Class Amphibia, as the name suggests, amphibian can live in aquatic as well as terrestrial habitats. Most of them have 2 pairs of limbs. Body is divisible into head and trunk. Tail may be present in some. The amphibian skin is moist without scale. The eyes have eyelids. Tympanum represent the external ear. Alimentary canal, urinary and reproductive tracts open into common chamber called cloaca, which opens into the exterior. Respiration is by gill, lungs, And through skin, the heart is three-chambered, two auricles, one ventricle. These are cold-blooded. Sexes are separate. Fertilization external. They are oviparous. Development is direct. Example: buffo rana, hyla, tree frog, salamander, ichthyophis, limbless, amphibia. Moving ahead to class Reptilia. The class name refers to the creeping and crawling mode of locomotion. There are mostly terrestrial animals. Their body is covered by a dry and cornified skin. Epidermis, scales are skewed. They do not have external ear openings. Tympanum represent ears. Limbs, when present, are two pairs. Heart is usually three-chambered but four-chambered in crocodile. Reptiles are poikilothms. Snakes and lizards shed their scales as skin cast. Sexes are separate. Fertilization internal. They are oviparous and development is direct. Example: Kelon turtle, testudo tortoise, chameleon, tree lizard, calotes, garden lizard, crocodile, alligator, hemidactylus, wall lizard, poisonous snakes, nara, cobra, and Bangarus, great vipera, viper. The characteristic feature of apes are the presence of feathers, and most of them can fly except flightless birds. Example: ostrich. They possess a beak. The forelimbs are modified into wings. The hind limbs generally have scales and are modified for walking, swimming, clasping. Skin is dry without glands except the olive gland at base of the tail. Endoskeleton is fully ossified, bony, and long bones are hollow with the ear cavities. Pneumatic. The digestive tract of birds has additional chamber, the crop and the gizzard. Heart is completely four-chambered. They are homeothermous animals, warm-blooded animals. They are able to maintain a constant body temperature. Respiration is by lungs. Air sacs connected to lungs supplement respiration. Sexes are separate. Fertilization internal. Oviparous. Development is direct. Example: Corvus crow, columba pigeon, Sitacula parrot, Struthio ostrich, pavo peacock, Aptenodytes penguin, Nephron vulture. Class Mammalia. They are found in a variety of habitats: polar ice cap, desert, mountain, forest, grassland, dark caves. Some of them have adapted to fly or live in water. The most unique mammalian characteristic is the presence of milk-producing mammary glands, by which young ones are nourished. They have two pairs of limbs adapted for running, climbing, and for many things. The skin of mammals is unique in possessing hair. External ears are pinnae. External ears are called pinnae and are present. Different types of teeth are present in the jaw. Okay? Mammals, they possess what? Hair. They possess hairs. Yes, they have this unique feature of possessing hairs. And respiration is by lungs. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. They are viviparous with a few exceptions. Development is direct. Exception is oviparous or Thenorhynchus, which is platypus. O for oviparous, O for this example. And viviparous are kangaroo, flying fox, camelus, camel, macaca, monkey, rhetus, rat, dog, cat, elephant, horse. All these are the examples of chordates. Now this the table is given. Porifera, cellular, tissue level of organization, then organ system is start. Organ level of organization is in platyhelminthes, and triploblastic are only platyhelminthes to start होता है. ये हमारा triploblastic. And symmetry is what? Symmetry is bilateral from platyhelminthes. Exception is echinoderms, and coelom starts from Ascalominthes, as they are pseudocoelomates, then coelomates. By this we have done our chapter. Thank you.